Hello, it's Coach Miley with MaiTrainer.com. That's MAI Trainer.com. And we are doing a little bit of a late night live stream. But I had a pretty full and awesome day, and I am still possibly a little bit more wired than I should be, but I'll be able to have some chill time tomorrow. So I'm going to just kind of go with the flow here. So I have a question for us. I have a couple questions for us, but then what we're going to be doing this evening is making affirmations. And we're really just going to do one affirmation, just practice doing one. And so what I want to suggest to you is putting a little extra thought into what exactly you are saying to yourself. So we're going to be adding in some extra details to some affirmations. And I would love for you guys to let me know what you think in the comments. So I am going to refer back to our book, Change Your Mind, Change Yourself. If you still haven't downloaded your free copy, then you'll be able to do that at the links. I'm going to put in the registration link in the comment section. So you can do that. You could order it on Amazon, or you could just get the free PDF version after you register for this course, and then get all of the course replays. So again, my question for us, referring back to our book now, we've just looked at what we wanted and why yesterday, and we're looking at who do you want to be. And I have a quote for us by Napoleon Hill. Hold a picture of yourself long and steadily enough in your mind's eye, and you will be drawn toward it. If you cannot see and feel your new self now, this is now me. If you cannot see and feel your new self now, you will likely go back to your old self. Your mind will tell you that they don't know this new person, and it will send you back to your normal with self-sabotaging behaviors. It will only be a matter of time. So my question for you, a couple questions. What does your healthy and fit self look like? So not just in the mirror, but inside of your mind. So as you were thinking yesterday about what you wanted and why, could we also put down now, either in your workbook or in your journal, what your healthy and fit self looks like? And maybe you haven't been using those words. I've been using healthy and fit as an example. But the reason you are engaging with this training is because I am assuming that there are some lifestyle changes that you want to make. So feel free to just keep in mind, what does yourself want to look like in regards to health and fitness? Okay? So not just your outside though. Okay? So not just what you're looking at, but how does it feel? So the second part of this is, how does it feel to be your healthy and fit self? How would it feel? So if you try that on for size right now, and you think about it in your mind about what that would look like, and like what your day might look like, I want you to freestyle write, but I just want you to write what comes to your mind. And again, when you're in your workbook, I didn't leave a huge amount of space, but I just want you to let it flow out as you can. So how would it feel to become your healthy and fit self? And if you're listening to a replay of this audio, then you could just pause if you need a little bit more time. But now I do want to go into using affirmations to become your new self. So it's my idea. It's not totally my idea, but what my idea is to use the affirmation process, but to apply it to lifestyle change and healthy living and fitness, which not always is what I see happening. And so my favorite thing to do is to really stop trying to think about all the things that you have to do. We covered that a little bit, and instead turning it into what you want to do, But then part of being able to turn it into what you want to do is that you've taken the time to really think about what that looks like in your mind, like who you look like in your mind when you're thinking about your goals. So going along those lines, affirmations are a technique that you can use to train your mind to visualize and practice your new self before you attain your goal. So just like an athlete would be on the field, and I'm just kind of adding this in now as I go over it with you, but you need to be able to see yourself successfully being the person that you're trying to be ahead of time. So instead of just trying to be that person by trying to fix yourself, what I want you to do is to just go ahead and imagine it in your mind. That's been the theme. Imagine this person in your mind that is what you want, okay? And not just your body, but your health and your fitness, your health and your wellness, okay? So much like an athlete practices for optimum game performance, you practice living your new life now in your mind. So the picture that's on this audio is the process here. So who do you want to be? We're in affirmations, and we looked at a goal in this course earlier. So our example that we used earlier on what we wanted was, I want to lose 20 pounds. And we made it detailed, something we could measure. Okay, but what we need to do is go a little bit further. Okay, so let's not just say a detailed version. Let's not just say what you want to do, but let's write it in the present tense on what it would look like for you using I. Hi, Leah. How are you? So instead of just saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, like if that's close to your goal, how would you write that instead? So an example would be that I hear all the time, 150 pounds seems to be the magic number everybody tells me, so that's why I used it. But I'm actually not 150 pounds. I'm over 160 right now. I've let myself put on about 20 pounds the last year. So this is not my number that I think you should do. It's just a common one I hear. Okay? So instead of saying for your affirmation, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want you to say, I am a, for example, 150-pound woman. So that would be even better, right? But then if we go even farther, if we go one more step farther, let's add in some emotion words. So part of the thing is that maybe the reason it's hard for you to make changes in your life is because you don't feel anything when you're saying your affirmations. Okay? So I just asked you to look at what it actually looked like to be your healthy and fit self in your mind. And so if I'm writing this down for me, it's important for me to be happy and healthy and athletic. So what if I applied that to the affirmation I just made? So it's not just I want to lose 20 pounds. It's not just I'm a 150-pound woman. But it could be I am a happy and healthy 150-pound athletic woman. And you don't have to add 3 triggering words, but I felt like those were ones that I really latched onto when I first wrote this book back in 2016. And that's kind of an example I use with people. So that is our idea for this evening. And we're trying to just break everything down into reasonable, actionable steps for right now. So tonight is just looking at what you looked at the last couple days on what you want and why you want it and what that looks like to you. And then making at least one affirmation. So if you want to go ahead and make a couple affirmations, that would be fine. But just for what we're doing right now, I want you to feel totally fine with just making one affirmation that feels kind of easy for you to make. It's not too much of a stretch. You can see it in your mind. Okay? So the last thing I kind of want to just go through with you is also in your book. But now that you have your affirmation that you've made and it has a triggering emotion, I want you to morning and evening speak that affirmation that you just made out loud. And then visualize that picture of yourself being that person right now. So that person that you thought of earlier and maybe journaled on, I want you to say that to yourself out loud. And then I want you to think it in your mind, that picture. Okay? So create a picture in your mind as you say the words, and close your eyes if needed. So what does it look like? Where are you even? So if you are that version of you that you just wrote down, if I'm a happy and healthy 150-pound athletic woman, are you somewhere? And then who is with you? And then how does it actually feel? So what does it look like? And not just in the mirror, but what does it look like? Where are you? Who is with you? And then how does it feel? And if there's some pictures that come up for you, I want you to lock onto those pictures. So I want you to take time in the morning and time in the evening, or just one time, but it would be awesome if you did it twice. If you did it when you first woke up, went through your day, and then before you went to sleep, did it again. Okay, and if pictures come up, go ahead and let yourself live there for a little bit during this process, and it doesn't have to be a super long time. But what I want you to do is live into your new reality right now and practice it in your mind every morning and evening. And once you reach your goal, it won't feel like you're doing something new. It'll feel like you have become your true self. So what my hope is that if you're doing this morning and evening and you're telling yourself this, then the actions that happen during your day are just going to be a natural reaction. Like my hope for you during this permanent lifestyle change is that you're going to actually enjoy it and it's going to feel easy. And I know that might sound crazy, but I believe that if you pick out something that is doable for you and you latch onto those pictures and you allow yourself to kind of go there in your mind first rather than forcing it, that's my style and that's what I want you to do, okay? So I don't want you to be like going into all of this lifestyle change for your, your new healthy and fit self and feeling like it is just like freaks you out. Or if you're feeling all of that stuff, I want you to go ahead and let yourself feel that stuff, but then not be telling yourself that this is the only way to do it, because it's not the only way to do it. There's this other way that you can do it where you are kind to yourself and you really get it in your mind first. So that's the whole deal with Change Your Mind, Change Yourself. I want us to start in our mind. And I made a special note in our book here that you do not have to share your personal affirmations with anyone. So you're going to see me sharing a lot, but I want to tell you that I don't always share a lot. I wrote this book back in 2016 and it's 2019, and now I'm really starting to really share personal things. So you don't have to share this personal affirmation with anyone. Affirmations are personal, and you may run across people who feel like they need to correct your vision. And I've had that a million times. So you might tell somebody your affirmation and how you see yourself, and then they might try to correct it for you. And I don't really want that happening right now, okay? So do not share your affirmations with anyone who will not be supportive, okay? And be careful of who you give the power to speak over your life, especially if they're stuck in their life, okay? So I'm just going to throw that in there and give you some love with that. Just because you see me sharing all over the place does not mean that I think you should share all over the place. I'm not a believer in that. I'm not a believer in just announcing things to the world and then making that hold you accountable, okay? That's not my style, all right? And I would love for if you have any questions or want to put those in the comments or share anything privately or in the group. Like, that's why it's awesome. Like, I'm doing this as a public live stream, but if you go to the registration link that I'm going to put up here in a few minutes in the comments, then you'll be able to get the link to go to the group and then get all of these replays too. Okay? And hi, Leah. I love you. I see that now. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up this evening, and then I'm going to see you all again for day 4. And we'll go from there. Okay? Love you. Bye.